Sean Diddy Combs pleads not guilty to the charges against him. Hours after a federal indictment was unsealed and obtained by NBC News September 17th, accusing Combs of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution, the music mogul entered a not guilty plea in a New York courtroom, per NBC News. Combs' attorney also filed a proposed bail package for the rapper should he be released pending trial. In the document obtained by E! News, the defense offers a $50 million bond co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. Per the filing, Diddy agrees to restrict travel to only Florida and New York, to attend attorney meetings and medical appointments. His attorneys also say in the docs that Mr. Combs has surrendered his passport and several members of his family have also surrendered theirs. The filing states that Diddy has been making efforts to sell a private airplane and agrees to home detention with GPS monitoring. The unsealed indictment alleges that the music mogul organized freak-offs, or elaborate sexual performances, during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, or coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, explained more in a press conference September 17th.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses.
The rapper's associates, referred to in the indictment as the Combs Enterprise, including supervisors, security, and household staff, assistants, and other employees, are accused of facilitating freak-offs by booking hotel rooms and stocking them with necessary supplies, cleaning the rooms, arranging travel, giving Combs cash to pay the sex workers, and scheduling IV fluids, which the victims and Combs himself often received to recover from the exertion and drug use.
They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Combs, who has not yet addressed the latest details in the case against him, arrived in New York September 17th to face charges. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, told reporters outside court via NBC News he came to New York to basically engage the court system and start the case. And it will start today, and he's going to plead not guilty. He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers.